The already insane Texas trial of InfoWars host Alex Jones, who pushed the conspiracy theory that the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School was all a hoax, just got even crazier. Jones took the stand himself for a second day, facing cross-examination from the lawyer for the parents of one of the 6-year-olds, and there were 20 of them, killed in the mass shooting. Neil Heslin and Scarlett Lewis are the parents of victim Jesse Lewis, and have already won a default judgment against Jones. Now, the jury is responsible for determining how much money they should be awarded. Today, their lawyers teed off on Jones.
You said, if children were killed at Sandy Hook, my heart goes out to those parents. But the problem is, I've seen actors before, and I know when I'm watching a movie, and I know when I'm watching something real. Do you remember seeing you say that in the
Yes, I did say that.
And the lawyers even pressed Jones on multiple other tragedies that he had said were staged.
Boston bombing, you've been telling the world, fake, not real, a Department of Homeland Security drill, right?
There was a drill. I think real people got bombed. But we've asked questions on both sides.
During your coverage of Sandy Hook, you have said they were actually some of the people pretending to be injured in the Boston bombing. You said that.
I don't remember that.
Okay. Shooting of Representative Gabrielle Giffords. You remember when that happened in Arizona?
Yes.
Okay, and you said that was a government mind control operation, right?
I said the guy fit the bill.
About Oklahoma City, you said that's a false flag inside job.
Absolutely. I've interviewed the police officers and others that were there, found the other bombs inside. They've been on my show.
And then a major flub by Jones's defense team, who accidentally sent the opposing attorney their own client's text messages.
Did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment.
You know what perjury is, right? I just want to make sure you know before we go any further. You know what it is.
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm not a tech guy.
Now, the really wild thing here is that he continues, even in the past week, to trash the participants in this trial on his show. His website even peddled a conspiracy about the judge being involved with sex traffickers.
Judge Maya Gamble comes from CPS, who has been exposed for human trafficking and working with pedophiles.
That's what you mean when you say you're taking this seriously.
I take this as serious as cancer. And, I mean, I don't know, you show somebody else's clip that they're always a few seconds long. Why don't you play the whole thing?
After cross-examination, the closing arguments, first the plaintiff's attorney, who said the facts in this case are clear.
The day Sandy Hook happened, Alex Jones planted a seed of misinformation that lasted a decade, the most horrific decade of misinformation in American history. People get it wrong, and you make a retraction. You minimize the harm. You minimize the damage. You don't keep doing it year and year and year, over and over and over again. That's chaos. Speech is free, but you have to pay for your lies.
Then Alex Jones's lawyers, who said this is all some sort of a hit job.
Alex Jones has told the world his story. He sat on that witness stand. Alex Jones did, and said, I believe those children died. I am very sorry for the coverage that we gave. There is no reputational harm going forward. Mr. Heslin is clearly very, very upset. And I think that is genuine. But that is not what you base a verdict on. That he is upset is step one. You need to be sure that this man caused it.
Back with us is Jesse Weber, who's been following this case closely for the Law and Crime Network, which I found it. Jesse, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
All right, so how did Alex Jones do on the witness stand?
Let's be very...
I guess I should rephrase it. How bad was it?
You know how many times we cover cases when the defendant is confronted with a police interrogation tape from a year ago? He's confronted with what he said 5 hours ago, which is never great. This is a bad case for him. But I will say he defended himself in the best way possible. And what did he say? He said, listen, I made a mistake. I was 100% wrong. My intention was never to directly target these parents. I didn't even really know who they were. My agenda was never to hurt them. And that's important because, again, this is not an issue if he's liable. That's already been decided. It's about damages. And how much should we punish Alex Jones? How much did the family lose? And look, his attorneys made some arguments that the parents didn't really suffer that much. I don't think it's going to be successful. I think they have an incredibly strong case. And Alex Jones was confronted with, as we just saw, his own text messages, which showed a lot of the things that he was saying were not truthful. The idea that he didn't have an email when it seems that he did. The fact that he didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook when he really did. So it becomes a question, why should the jury believe him now?
So this is now his current account of what happened at Sandy Hook. This is number 4 in our element sheet. Alex Jones on the witness stand today.
I think Sandy Hook happened, and I think it's a terrible event, and I think we need to protect our children from mentally ill psychopaths. And I think there was a cover-up because they had warnings. The FBI knew about it. They knew he was planning to attack the school. That's been in even the New York Times.
So it was a cover-up. The jury had some questions today. That's always somewhat telling about where the jury's going.
Possibly, and I found it really interesting because they kept asking questions about, what are you going to do differently? Why did you think Sandy Hook happened this way?
Did they get to ask him directly? Or?
Yeah, it was submitted questions.
Yeah, but to Alex Jones
to
himself?
Alex Jones
because that's something unique that doesn't happen in every jurisdiction, where they can actually ask the defendant questions.
Is it bad that I'm really happy they have an opportunity to ask
no,
them?
it's great.
Because I think there's just kind of a referendum on Alex Jones. A lot of people have questions about why he did, but they asked him a lot about what are you going to do differently? What do you think your punishment should be? And it kind of made me wonder, are they asking that to see, well, maybe we don't have to do so much here. Maybe if you're going to correct the issue, maybe if you're going to support charities in favor of the Sandy Hook victims, maybe that's enough. Then again, they might hit him with a $50 million judgment.
What did he say as to what?
That he's learned a lot, he's grown, he's realized they're very selective in their stories. This is not the InfoWars that you and I know, Dan. This is a very different organization. But then they're trashing the judge in the same video. They're talking about, by the way, there was a video where Alex Jones insulted the very plaintiffs in this case a week ago. Yeah. So how much has he really changed?
I'm guessing not that much.
We'll find out from the jury. We'll see from what the jury decides.
Jesse Weber, good to see you.
Good
Thank
seeing
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.